This SLV-R5 has got some more problems. The tuner has decided to not work properly. And this is probably going to be the same problem that happens on all the Sony TVs. The tuner craps out. It's going to be ground connection. So let's pop this tuner out. I didn't even get this thing back together. And the tuner decided it was going to crap out on me. So I just no sooner copied the files over to edit the audio problem, and now we can make a third part to this thing. So let's pop the front off it again. It's kind of a good thing this thing packed it in before I got it all back together. I was going to leave that and do it tomorrow after work, and then this thing packed it in again. So let's just pop this open. Incidentally, I did change the capacitors on that preamp, and I actually popped the new one apart and changed the caps in that, and it fixed it. So let's flip open the preamp. Let's flip open the IF board. We're going to pull the IF and tuner out. That's on this board over here. This is the tuner here, and I guarantee you there's going to be solder connections broken in this thing. So let's just pop this out. I think it comes out like this. Not so sure how that opens, but it should pop apart. Once we've got the tuner board out, we're going to pull the tuner and the IF. This one's the MTS stereo. IF can is here, and we got to actually pull it off the board because I got to get into the base of this and into the bottom of the tuner itself to get a ground connection. So I'm just going to remove the solder off of these connections here and remove the IF module, because this one's quite easy to take off. Now this applies to everything that Sony made that had a tuner in it. TVs, VCRs, they all use the same tuner modules in them, and they all have this problem. When I was working in the service business back in the 1980s, I made an awful lot of money repairing bad grounds in Sony IF packs. If you look right down here, this is inside the tuner, right here. These pins that provide connection to the outside world, you can see that that one's cracked all the way around. I'm going to resolder all these pins in here and do the same inside this one here. I'm just going to look in and see if I see any bad ones inside the IF pack, but usually it's inside the tuner. I'm going to resolder those, and that hopefully will be all that's wrong with this particular tuner on this one. It's usually what goes wrong. As I say, when I worked in the business, we fixed literally hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of Sony tuners on their TVs and their VCRs because they just all failed, and would get lines in the picture. quite often some of these ground posts that went through here, through the board also were problematic. So just going to take a close look at them. Reattach the IF block. And of course the grounds. Now just to reconnect the board. Just put the plugs back together. Easier said than done. Oops. Get everything lined up, snapped together. So I'll power it up and turn it on, and where's my stupid video connector plug. The cable's broken. Okay, there we go. No problem now. Tuner's fixed. Don't want to show that but I can probably show that because I don't think they'll care about an infomercial. But there, my tuner's working. I'll let this thing run for a while, make sure it doesn't crap out again on me. But because it was working and then it went noise. So that's how to fix a Sony tuner problem. I made this video real short because this was a real easy one to do. I knew what the problem was going in. But say this SLV-R5 certainly has given me a run for my money. 3 separate problems with it. Power supply blown to smithereens, and then that audio hi-fi problem, which took forever to figure that one out. And then after getting that going, well, I shouldn't say it took forever to figure out, but it took a while. I had to change a lot of parts in it. And because there was multiple problems, we had the capacitors were shot. And also, in addition to the capacitors being shot, we had a preamp problem. So there was 2 distinct problems, both causing hi-fi audio problems. And then after getting it all ready, almost ready to put back together, the tuner crapped out. So I'm gonna let this thing run overnight and make sure the tuner stays good before I throw it together tomorrow. But there's how to fix the tuners. That's what goes wrong with Sony tuners. Doesn't matter if it's in a VCR or whether it's in a TV, all those Sony tuners have problems. And as I said, when I was in the business, I fixed literally. There was days where I would do 6 or 7 Sony TVs a day at $100 a pop to replace, or not replace, but to repair the tuners. It was a huge problem that, as I say, still crops up from time to time. So there you go, SLV-R5 fixed. Hopefully I won't have to work on this thing ever again. This unit, I may just sell this one, put this one together and get some money out of it, because it's I mean, it's a nice machine when it works, but they aren't the most reliable ones in the world. Hopefully we won't be seeing this one again for a while. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this quick look at how to fix a tuner on a Sony tuner. And I'm not just saying for the SLV-R5, I'm saying any Sony tuner, whether it's in a CRT TV, I think, well, I wouldn't say so much their LCD TVs, because I think they changed them there, but definitely all their VHS, VCRs, and all their Trinitron TVs use the same tuner block. and they all had those bad grounds and the pins where they solder onto the board. And you lose your AGC voltage and boom, you have mess like you saw on the screen. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye.